Hi, I'm Paul Roberts. This is Conscious Counseling 101, special counseling request. How to get past fear of the unknown, how that keeps us down from feeling good as we go through life, and maybe even keeps us from going with the full momentum and hopes towards our goals. Maybe it makes us doubt ourselves. Maybe it makes us more impotent than we should be. We'll start off with religion first. First off, I like to say always, I don't know anything, and neither do you. So therefore, my power comes from the fact that I know I don't know anything. That means that I'm not held down or drug in by others, because I also realize then that they don't know anything. And so this helps me to be powerful. As I analyze things, I can now analyze them without anything getting in my way. Of course, fear is something that could get in your way, and we'll talk about that religiously today. As I give this to you, I want you to understand that I'm free to give this to you, because I don't know anything about what I talk about. But I've analyzed it thoroughly, and everything I'll talk about today, hopefully you can get something out of. Fear of the Lord is the necessary beginning for wisdom. Why? Because we realize that we don't know. We're not sure if the people that tell us things, if they know. How much should we listen to? How much should we change ourselves for so that we don't suffer negative ramifications because somebody else told us before we were here, you better do this or else? We're fearful of the Lord. We're fearful of things we don't see and don't understand first, and that's the necessary path toward wisdom. Because when we analyze, we come to see what I just started the video off with. We don't know, but neither does anybody else. So what do we have? That we had faith. We have faith. Now, our faith could stunt our progress. Early in my life, I realized one of my biggest inhibitors in life was, rather than going towards positive things earlier in my life, I was worried about negative things coming down on me. Negative ramifications. The fires of hell. If you don't do what man says you need to be doing, and you don't understand this book properly, and you don't listen to your teachers, you could get it wrong, and look what's going to happen. Oh, if you give in to your natural desires and what you think you should be doing, and before you know it, you're off on some other road and you'll be falling down an endless slope, but it's an icy slope and it's a pitfall that you'll never get out of. Look, Jesus' teaching, he said that whatever goes into your mouth cannot make you unclean, but what comes out of your mouth is what makes a person unclean. Now, the way I see this is, we go back to Genesis, we talk about God made everything, and he said it was good. It was also shown that man was good, woman was good, but they had a failing of some kind, and then that was what was not good. Okay? So, if we know that what they're doing, what's coming out of their mouth or out of their actions is the thing that makes it not good, we know that everything else is good, and what comes in, it might try us, it might temper us, it might harden us, it might do all kinds of things to us. Consciously lift us, bog us down, make us run and hide in a corner somewhere and put our head in the ground. It could do all manner of things. But that doesn't make you unclean. It's what you do once you have digested it all. Once you have become the product of what you're going to be. What you do makes you unclean. Does making a mistake make you unclean? I don't think so. I think all that's going to do, because you're really stuck on mistakes right now, all that's going to do is either push you down and make you unconfident and make you not able to go forward, or it's going to make you learn something. It's going to make you grow. It's going to make you change. It's going to heighten your consciousness to make you see things never the way you used to. The words that you've shared with me is just that you got a little bit off track there. You started living your life. You fill a void by spending some things and doing some things. Well, what kind of void is that? The life? The life is a void? The empty palate? The fact that you're supposed to be here and have a reason to be zestful and full of joy in living? That's a void? The fact that you feel like you're working hard and you should have this and you should have this, that's a void? Now listen, I don't believe in the prosperity doctrine because I don't think we should be about the things of this world. But at the same time, you know the parable about the talents, the master said to one, here, take 10 talents. Here, take 5 talents. Here, take 1. He went away, came back, and he got the reports from those people. The one that had 10 said, or 5 or 3, depending on which book you're reading it in, said, here, I have invested this, and I've gone and done more. Here's what you had, and here's what I've also earned. Another 5, another 10. And the middle person did the same. Oh, here's another 5, another 3. But the last person that didn't get very much, he was so downtrodden and so worried and feared the master that he just buried it in the ground and said, here, I buried this in the ground. I didn't do anything, but I gave you back what was yours. The master was not pleased. The master wants us. A master, I guess, would be God, right? It's a symbology thing. You know, Jesus compared the heaven and the earth so that we'll understand how the same principles apply to both realms. But because we can't see the unseen eternal realm, we can't even be proven to us that it exists, he made everything acknowledgeable in our realm so that we can see that what works here is just as important, and we need to, in faith, look into the other realm, but realize that what we're doing works here. Well, you need to use those talents. If you're so worried about the failures you've had that you can't use the talents, it's like you're going and burying it in the ground. Oh, I can't do it. I've failed. I've done things wrong. We've all done things wrong. That's not the issue. The issue is, what do we do when we know we've done things wrong? Do we keep on being hopeful? Do we keep on going forward? Do we keep on doing with what we have? Now, from what little you've told me, you have done nothing more than a regular person does. Use money to buy things that they need in life or want to try and enjoy, have a full experience. And all of a sudden you caught yourself and you said, I think I went a little bit beyond what I would have liked to. Now in my retrospect thinking, I would have liked to have done that differently. Why is that so bad? It's bad because now the road you're on makes it seem like it's harder for you. So you're saying, because of the factors coming at you, you must have done something wrong because the road you made for yourself wasn't maybe the most astute, the highest level road you could have chosen, or you would have liked to have gone back in time. Hindsight is 20/20. What matters is what we do now. You're only 55. I'm 55. I still feel like I'm just starting to catch my stride in life. And I'm still hoping that if life gives me a long road, I will do well and do good things to this world and fulfill my life purpose. I feel that now. But like I said in that first video, which I'll hopefully share with you in a minute, I feel like everything I do when I go into the bat cave in the workshop and put my dirty, ratty t-shirt on, that's the costume I wear because I have to do my stuff. I have to do my stuff in order to make enough money to where I can go the next day and even have time to talk to someone like you with no cost. And anybody that writes in, I could talk to, you'd be surprised. Not as many people as you would think even write in. In fact, I went so far as did a definition of success video. It's, I'd say 5 years ago. And I said, my definition of success is to be able to be solid enough with everything in my life so that I can afford to do this, which is what really matters, and have the time to do this. So I'm doing this because it's so important. I'm investing my talents. Okay? Nothing comes from it. But I'm trying. I'm not hiding it in the ground. Now, you told me that you had a decent job, but you're worried about it right now because, catch-22, if you can't get into the position you need to be in or hold that because it looks like your debts are too high or whatever, then all of a sudden you can't have it. You can't work with it. It's like, oh no, what if that should happen? Well, what if? The bottom line is, the factors in life have just changed recently. Now everybody's going to have things happening like that with them. Uncertainty, a fear of the uncertainty. They're all going to have that happening, and they didn't do anything different. All of a sudden, the factors of the world changed. I'd like you to, instead of having the weight on your shoulders, say, okay, I give myself the freedom to just simply say I'm human, and I'm in the experience with everybody else, and I'm going to learn from what I know now, and I'm going to become. I'm becoming, even at age 55, I'm becoming the person I'm going to be for the rest of my life. Even today, tomorrow, not way distant in the future, literally right this minute. That's why I call this perspective counseling. Because what you do is you give yourself another way of seeing something that you didn't have before. And you have faith that no one can tell you that you shouldn't be thinking this way. So you say, I am going to have faith that this new perspective, the way I want to see things, has validity. And I'm going to use it and believe it because no one can tell me I shouldn't. At least Paul's saying, yeah, do that. Yeah, I got one more person. But you also said that you were forgiven recently by your wife, and she understands some of your flaws. I don't know how deep that goes. We didn't get into a lot of concepts with that, a lot of talk about that. But at least you're with someone that has that ability at all, rather than the total antithesis of it. Even the smallest thing you can find in your significant other, give them more credit than that. Say, hey, you did a little bit. It's going to become more. You know, like remember Jesus said, the faith of the mustard seed, you can move mountains. The smallest seed becomes the largest of plants. If your person that you're with gives you even the slightest bit of love or confidence or forgiveness or anything, just be glad that that little bit's there. Because if you foster it, that can become as large as the largest tree of the mustard seed, and it can be huge. Take what little bit that person will give you, or what little bit I'll give you, or what little bit you'll give yourself, and invest it with hope. And if the door closes, at least saying Sound of Music, somewhere the Lord will open a window